Hello and welcome to another update video about Chainlink. Chainlink is potentially currently breaking out or has broken out of this descending wedge on this chart here. I've got a few problems with drawing this pattern like this. So for me, there is not necessarily a confirmed breakout yet, because I'm a bit skeptical about this sort of fake out that happened here to the upside. So I mean, I could draw it like that, but then not really. So if I want to use the closed candles on the daily, I would have to use this sort of shape of the descending wedge, and then there's a lot more scope for further upside before it hits the resistance. But I did intentionally do it like that because we have a lot of touch points down here. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, and I'm not quite sure if we really can consider that a real breakout out of the descending wedge. However, we talked about it before it happened, and since then we have seen some nice upside, and Chainlink also broke above the 20-day moving average and did a retest and is holding it, and since then has moved up higher. Chainlink is a cryptocurrency that has reached its target area. This is the target area between the 88.7% FIB level and the 78.6%. So between $6 and $11.30. This is, yeah, it hit it. And so basically, as you probably know if you've been following me on this channel, whenever a cryptocurrency has reached my target areas, then it means that it has fulfilled the minimum requirements of the correction. Yeah, we have the situation here where after the all-time high, Chainlink came down in a wave A, which is the first part of a three-wave correction, the wave A. Then we had our wave B, yeah, and now we are in our wave C. Is the wave C complete, and can we already move to new highs? I don't know. We can't say. We can't say for sure. For now, I cannot see any indication for that. So my primary expectation remains that we're coming down even lower into this target area for now. But what I also need to say is that Chainlink has fulfilled the minimum requirements for a correction. I did buy here just above the level where it hit the target area. So this target area, as I said, is located between roughly $6 and $11.30. And I have opened the position here because for me this is this was an interesting level where I said from here the price can turn around with a high probability, and I of course made you aware, and channel members know it anyway because channel members can see my own buy and sell orders. And by the way, all buy and sell orders that I have, and mainly buy orders at the moment, because for me at the moment it is time for buying and accumulating. It's not time for selling at the moment. The potential to the upside is just too high in order to speculate for short-term trades at the moment. There is just so much potential to the upside, and sometimes patience is just what is required to make those life-changing gains. And at the moment we are really at a very, very interesting level. And to be fair, if I buy at $11 or $15 won't really make a big difference in the end if we consider that the next price target for Chainlink in the next major wave up, in the wave 3, because this here was a wave 1, we are currently in a wave 2, the next wave up would be a wave 3. That would be at least $85, but we could even see the $138. That would be from where I bought easily a 10x. And I'm really, really happy with that. So how can we determine will the price come back into the target area or not? I have to be very honest with you, I can't tell you. There are certain limits with technical analysis, and we have to be very, very clear about that. Yeah, in such a volatile market, as the crypto market, this is as close as it can get. Yeah, so I define the target area here. We've come into it. We know that this could mean the correction is finished, but now that's it. It has fulfilled the scenario, and I'm very, very happy with it. And we now have to lean back and just watch. Yeah, I can't tell you if we come once more lower or not. At the moment, what I can tell you is that I see no indication that we have a sustainable breakout to the upside yet, and that there is no impulse to the upside developing yet. Therefore, my primary expectation that we are coming down lower once more, which doesn't mean we couldn't short term move all the way up, for example, to $20. Absolutely, that's possible, to that resistance level here, this ascending trend line, absolutely. There are certain limits in terms of technical analysis, but we need to understand that, this price target down here, this was defined when we were at around $30, $35 back in end of November. So I think from that point of view, it is quite accurate, right? But as I said, there are certain limits with TA, And especially in such an in such a higher level correction here, you can't specify it further. I think it was spot on. It reached the target area, but now we just have to watch. I can't give you more and clearer advice here on where the price might be heading. Generally, if we have completed the correction yet or not. What I can tell you that even if we have completed the correction and we should move up here, what you typically would get, and now let me show you, what you typically would get is, basically, let's say this would develop as an impulse. So you get your first 5 waves to the upside. Yeah, let's say that would be the next, that would be the beginning of the wave 3. Because let's say if we have completed the correction and we start the wave 3, that wave 3 again consists of various subwaves. And the first subwave, the wave 1, could be this one, the first 5 wave move. After which, what would you get? You would get an ABC again. And that ABC would be a wave 2 within that wave 3. And that would typically come down quite a bit. And that would be another opportunity to go in. Yeah, it would then be a higher low. Yeah, and this would be definitely another opportunity. So even if you miss this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are then back at $25, $26, it should normally come down quite a bit in a wave 2 again. Yeah, but as I said, I did start to buy into Chainlink. I'm very happy with it, and from my point of view, it can now start to move higher, absolutely. But I don't know if it will do that. Yeah, what we can see here on the chart is that the signs are positive generally, yeah, but also we have no confirmation yet. So what we see is we see bullish momentum on the RSI. So from a short-term point of view, definitely there is more scope for further upside. The MACD as well, still building higher momentum, it's not losing positive momentum yet. So from that point of view, that is looking good on the daily chart, indicating there is further upside potential. The next key resistance is at $15.50. That is the previous high here from the 2nd of March. If we take a look at the 4-day chart, this looks even more positive from my point of view. So let's take a look at the RSI. While the RSI is still in the bearish range, it is starting to move up, but that is not really what I mean with being positive. What is positive is here the 4-day chart bullish MACD crossover. That is really good because the 4-day chart is quite a meaningful chart. And so you have this bullish crossover now, which doesn't necessarily mean we have to go up higher, but it is definitely a buy signal. It is definitely looking positive. And as I said, the 4-day chart is quite a meaningful chart. The weekly chart is still sort of moving sideways. It's reducing negative momentum a little bit. It is turning around here currently, still quite far away from a bullish crossover, but a first positive sign as well. So we see here potential positive signs. I mean, the stochastic RSI on the weekly is also starting to move up. The last time that we really had that from down here, we actually moved to that wave B top. Yeah, oops, didn't want to do that. That top of the wave B. We then had a bit of a fake out here, but even that was a move all the way to $30 again. So that is also starting to look quite positive. Generally, in the very, very short term, I mean, what do we see here? We see that we are holding above this 20-day moving average. You can see that we broke above this previous high at $14.30, which is good. We are climbing higher here, making a series of higher highs, higher lows. So you can probably in the very short term here draw a trend line. There you go. As long as you are above this trend line, that should all be positive. That should all be good. And what is, as I said, the next key level is that $14.50, but actually it's more around $15 and $15.80. Yeah, I would say this is this previous high. That's quite a significant one. And if you can break above that, then I think we can look at the next one, which would be $17.40. So generally, the message here is there is further upside potential. Absolutely. The MACD shows upside potential. We have bullish crossovers here on the 4-day and the 1-day chart. The RSI bullish on the daily. 4-day not yet bullish, but it's starting to move in the right direction, and it's starting to look interesting, but the structure itself does not confirm for me yet that we really have a trend shift. Of course, short-term profits are always possible in a volatile market like this, but as I said, at some point there are also a bit of limitations of forecasting. But as I said, we hit the target area. The correction can be finished. That is why I started to buy in, but I'm also very clear that in case we drop lower, I have to sit out a potential price drop to the 88.7% FIB level at around $6. That is just part of the game. We're in the volatile crypto market, and we shouldn't pretend we are not. You know, we are in a very volatile market, and everybody who's playing this game needs to be aware that short-term losses need to be expected, you know. But of course, you're not realizing a loss until you're selling. And personally, for me, it's buying time at the moment. I'm not panic selling. I'm buying at the moment because this is the period where a lot of people get, you know, lose interest in the crypto market, and that is typically when you then at some point see a trend shift, and we can then expect new all-time highs. Now that's my view on Chainlink. Hopefully that was a useful video. If you did like it, then please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.